best things are always made of the finest ingredients. Just a touch of this, just a touch of that. So how about a touch of France? Let's discover France, French and France in Ghana in a new episode of Touch of France.
Hello, bonjour, welcome, bienvenue, welcome to Touch of France, the show that tells you all about France and France in Ghana. My name is Anne-Sophie Ave, I'm the French ambassador to Ghana and above all, a lover of all things France and Ghana. Today, we're going to talk about the youth. 60% of the Ghanaians are young, and the other 40%, well, they're young at heart. To discuss about that and comment about what France does in Ghana for the youth and all the other insights that we are going to present to you, is a super professional TV presenter. She is multi-awarded. I am super stressed because I'm currently trying to do her job and she is sitting in the place of the interviewee. Not sure she does that very often. Please let me welcome Serwaa Amihere. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I mean, for someone who is in Ghanaian, I think it came out pretty well.
Oh, thank
well
you
done.
so much. Thank you so much. I've rehearsed. I said, I can't get that one wrong. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Is it?
It's a pleasure.
Do you regularly come for interviews as an interviewee?
No. No. And that's because, I feel like sometimes I ask very uncomfortable questions which I don't want anyone to ask me. So I try to avoid interviews.
Okay, so I hope my questions won't be uncomfortable at all.
I don't think so. I think you're the coolest person to speak with, so I'm very fine.
Thank you so very much. You are too the coolest interviewer. Well, no offense for the other ones. I love you also. Oh dear. I just brought us this little drink because since we're talking about youth, we want to stay young. So our partner, Fan Milk, offered us those Nutri-Day.
Okay.
It's full of vitamins and everything to reinforce our immune system and to remain young. So let's see about other sponsors and partners in a very, very short commercial break, and we'll be back. Welcome back to Touch of France. We are here having a conversation with the beautiful, super talented, multi-awarded TV presenter, Serwaa Amihere. I really try not to butcher your name. How about Serwaa?
That's fine.
Do people call you Serwaa?
Yes, people call me Serwaa.
Okay, call me Anne-Sophie.
Serwaa.
Serwaa. Oh, I got that wrong too.
No, when you say it in full, you get it right.
Okay, but when you just say Serwaa, you have to say Serwaa.
That's fine. No. Actually, it's Serwaa.
Serwaa. Is that right?
It's okay. It's Serwaa. It's okay.
Okay. Oh dear. My dear guest, I very briefly introduced you. You are definitely an inspiration for the youth. Can you tell us about you? How did you get that? Because you studied banking and finance, and how did you get into being a TV presenter?
My story is pretty straightforward. I think I grew up like every young lady did. I had dreams of becoming a lawyer, which I'm currently working on.
Right.
But I started off, I like you rightly said, my first degree is in banking and finance. I got into television by chance. I started off with that as a pundit on an entertainment show, and then I became the production assistant of a current affairs show. I moved on to become the producer of that current affairs show, which has won awards.
Right.
And then I started news anchoring, which I currently still do, side by side, co-hosting the morning show.
But you didn't dream of being a TV presenter when you were younger.
No.
You were dreaming of being a lawyer.
Yes.
So, and now that you are a well-known and installed TV presenter. You've decided to continue your studies.
Yes, I am currently in school.
Really?
Yes.
At the same time as presenting all those shows?
Yes.
Well, that is quite amazing.
Yeah.
So it means that whatever you begin with, whatever you study in the first place, you always have a chance to
Absolutely.
actually divert and do something else.
Yes. And you know what I do now, in fact, what I studied back in school, I never used it. In fact, the only time I did something related to banking was after school. After my national service, I watched a movie, the Wolf of Wall Street.
Really? Yeah.
And I was so excited about trading. So I went to the Ghana Stock Exchange to learn about trading because I wanted to trade. So I took a course in trading as well, and it was about a 3 to 6 months course. I took that course, and after, I was hoping to become, this big trader and spend all of the money, control the stock market, and then TV happened. So I never even got to use that as well.
Well, maybe it gives you skill to discuss with your bank.
Maybe.
If anything, or at least to understand what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on, yes.
Right. So we are talking about youth. So shall I show you what France does in terms of policies for the youth in France, and then we'll get back to you.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look. Let's watch Touch in France.
From the 1930s, when a Secretariat of State for Sports and Leisure Activities was put in place, to the 21st century, France has made massive strides to prioritize and favor its young population. Nowadays, the French government has developed a comprehensive policy towards the youth. One that embraces education, employment, housing and transport, health and well-being, family planning, etc., citizenship, cultural activities, and international mobility. Before 1997, when it was suspended by the late President Jacques Chirac, military national service was mandatory for all young Frenchmen between the ages of 20 and 25. Since then, it is based on a voluntary process for the young men and women of France. In 2010, the Civic Service was created. It aims to enable all young people between the ages of 16 and 25 to commit themselves to a mission of general interest, whether it be in France or abroad, with a public institution or with a CSO. Civic service missions enable young people to define their professional project and acquire skills and experience. In 2018, le Service National Universel, the Universal National Service, was created and tested the following year. It is addressed to all young people, girls and boys from 15 to 17 years old. The scheme is aimed at transmitting the youth useful life skills, strengthening social cohesion, developing a culture of commitment and patriotism, and supporting social and professional integration. The Universal National Service is currently being rolled out on a volunteer basis, but it is set to become mandatory by 2022-2023 for all French teens. By the way, France counts 7.99 million youngsters. That's 12% of its entire population being between the ages of 15 and 24. Football star Kylian Mbappé, entrepreneur and humanitarian Jérôme Jarre, singers Aya Nakamura, Jane, DJ Madeon, and tenniswoman Caroline Garcia are all French stars that shot to fame internationally as youngsters. Yes, France's youth is vibrant.
What's your take on that?
I think that's a very well put together documentary. I love the end parts where, you're vibrant and then there's that tennis player thing. It's lovely. I'm impressed, but then again, it's France, so what do you expect?
Well, you mentioned that you did a civil service, and actually our civic service is a bit inspired by the civil service that has replaced the military service that was compulsory until 1997. You did your civil service.
National service.
You call it national service?
Yeah, we call it national service.
Is it compulsory here?
Yes, it's compulsory.
So you can choose where to do it?
Well, there's an institution, so there's a National Service Secretariat
Right.
that does the postings.
So you don't get to choose?
You don't get to choose. No,
Right.
you don't get to choose because it's a service you're rendering to the nation. So you should be willing to go anywhere you are sent to go and serve your country. So I served. I mean, it's compulsory for everyone. So I'm sure all the Ghanaians have served.
Yes.
Even if you study abroad and you come to Ghana, before you get a job, you have to produce your national service certificate. Yeah, so it's very compulsory.
You can serve anywhere in public institutions,
Yes.
or
You can serve in public institutions. You can serve in private institutions.
right.
They're all open. Most private institutions are open for national service. Intakes.
Okay.
But public, you have all of them there.
But you are actually doing things and working on a daily basis. How
yes.
long is it? A year?
It's a year.
A year. What do you take away from this experience? Is that like a first experience before you dive into the labor market?
For me, it was indeed the first experience. And I know several people who would also say same. Because of my background in banking and finance, I did my national service with an investment company. So, I got to really know what all I was trying to get into was about. So it gave me some sort of experience. I mean, and I know people who worked my sister, for instance, did her national service at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Right.
And she would always come back and tell me so much. I learned so much about how, they send ambassadors out. It was interesting. I think it's a very nice experience. Very.
Great. So we are quite inspired by that, because we are putting together this Service National Universal National Service.
Okay.
And it will be in different kind of institutions.
Is it compulsory in France?
It is going to be as from 2022, 2023.
Okay.
But it takes time, because, of course, we need some postings for everyone. But that I echo, because I think it's a great move here in Ghana.
Aiko.
Ko. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Well,
but it's okay. Yeah.
I think our viewers know that my tree is just a nightmare.
But I mean, for you to just say Aiko, it's a good start.
Congrats. Kudos.
Yeah. Why idea?
Good.
Say that.
Sorry?
Why idea?
Why are they?
Yeah.
What are you making me say?
Well done.
Oh, well done. Why are they?
Yeah.
Okay. I try to remember that one and pronounce it right. Let's meet with a Ghanaian who is currently in France and wanted to share with us her experience in France. Her name is Gifty. Let's watch Gifty.
Gifty Chematin. It really wasn't my choice. It was my father who decided that at the time I was about to write exams and my French wasn't good enough for him. So he decided that I'll come to Sorbonne for French summer course. I'm working with an international organization in the heart of Paris, and I have been working there for the past 20 years. The youth of today, it's a very vibrant community. They have completely changed the face of the Ghanaian society. They are in white-collar jobs, they are entrepreneurs, they are forming a lot of associations and helping each other, and trying to also give back to the communities in Ghana and in Africa. So yeah, very vibrant youth. Yes, because we're doing everything we can to promote Ghana in France through, like I was saying, the youth associations and organizing after work, inviting other people, so we showcase what we have. And so yeah, I feel like I'm an ambassador of Ghana. Bien sûr, je parle français, assez bien aussi, parce que ça fait 25 ans quand même que je suis en France. French is relatively easy to learn if you're, of course, in the country. But if you're outside the country and learning in school, then it's a different ball game altogether.
Impressive, gifty, very impressive,
Very
isn't she?
impressive. That's exactly what I was going to use. Very. I wish I could speak French like that.
Yeah. Do you agree with her that it is easy so long you are in the country?
You know, I have never been to France, so I wouldn't know, but I can understand, and I will definitely agree that it would definitely be easier if you live there. Because I tried to study French at some point in my life. It didn't work.
So you would
because
say,
I tried here.
yes.
You know, so I'm sure that if I ever, get to go to France.
So you were in Alliance Française, and did you learn at school as well?
I did, of course, but I mean, that was way back. But I went to, after uni, even in while I started my broadcasting job career,
Right.
That's when I went to Alliance Française to learn how to speak French. I went for one term and it was difficult.
It was difficult.
I had so much going on. I just decided to leave it.
So I guess you know about France, notably from the food.
Yeah.
The
I like
gastronomy.
Yes. So there are a couple of French restaurants in
Yes.
Accra that I really love. So there's Les Magellan and there's La Chaumière.
La Chaumière.
Yes, I had
And
frog
Le Tandem,
legs.
yes.
I had frog legs. At
You
La
have frog
Chaumière.
legs?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, people tend to think that is quite a national dish. We don't really have that regularly, but I must say that, yes, we some
Well, you have
restaurants do
that
cook it. Yeah, we do have that sometimes. So what does it taste like?
You know chicken wings.
Yes,
It tastes just like chicken wings.
but it's very small ones.
Very
It must
small.
be
They're
tiny,
tinier.
winny.
Yes, they're
There's not
tinier.
much meat to eat, really.
Yes. But
Oh.
I mean, the first time I had it, I was scared. I had this, anxiety. But it tastes just like chicken wings, just that they're tinier.
Okay, so there's a big fuss about the frog legs to eventually something that tastes like chicken.
It's there's nothing. There's
but
it's
there's
just
not much to eat. So you
there's
have
not
to
much
have
to
many.
eat, but it's not scary. You know what? When you have a plate of frog legs, you wouldn't even think that they're frog legs. You
Yeah.
just think that they are very tiny chicken wings.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what it looks like and tastes like.
Yes, and I especially when it's very spiced up. It's so sweet.
It's
I
really
had
good.
it, and then I waited the next day and the day after to see if I was going to have any reaction. But
Right. Oh, because you
nothing.
thought it might do some
Yeah.
sort of a
Nothing.
reaction. No, it's actually normal food, really.
Have you had that before?
I think I've had frog legs once,
Once.
but at the moment I'm trying Ghanaian food.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So that's very spicy as well. That's very, very spicy
What are
as
you?
well.
What's your favorite Ghanaian dish?
I love the palava sauce with plantain, and I love the red. But I want to show you how to cook a very typical French dish.
Okay.
So let's watch the omelette.
Aujourd'hui, on va parler omelette, donc nous allons aller chercher les œufs, casser les œufs et manger une très belle omelette aux herbes. A tout de suite. Alors les amis, nous allons préparer notre omelette. Et oui, la fameuse omelette aux herbes. Aux herbes parce que nous allons y mettre de la ciboulette, un peu de fromage comté que nous allons râper et effectivement nos très bons œufs que nous sommes allés chercher chez le fromager tout à l'heure. Le comté râpé qui va lui donner du goût, un peu de poivre, un peu de sel. Et voilà. Et le secret, il faut repousser les bords vers l'intérieur, de manière à cuire délicatement. Regardez comme c'est joli. 5 minutes. Oh! Le canard, il a fait un œuf. Oups! Eh bien, écoutez, bon appétit. Et à très vite. Ciao!
Wonderful chef Patrice, thank you so much. He's giving us the recipes in French so you can listen to some French.
Yeah.
But then we do all the translations so that you can still follow the recipe. If you want the actual recipe, you can find it on our Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook and Twitter. If you follow us, you will find the replays of every shows and also the recipes for you to do at home. So let's think of next time we will do it. We will try that omelette.
We can try together.
We can try that.
We
could try that together.
Yeah.
Let's have a small commercial break while we rehearse the gesture. We will be back.
Absolutely delicious. Hello, my name is Na Ashoko, and today I've got a great new recipe to share with you. We start by putting in our flour. Yogurt is a great alternative. NutriDay yogurt offers this great alternative fortified with zinc, B vitamins, and vitamin A. I'll see you next time.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Welcome back on Touch of France. We are talking about France and youth with the beautiful Serwaa. I got it right?
Yes.
Yes. Woo! So you obviously know France a bit through the gastronomy, and what are the places you would love to visit?
Well, I love shopping, so
Don't we all?
Even though I've never been to France, whenever I get the opportunity to go there, I've heard of the Le Louvre Museum, and
Right.
I'd like to see
That's
it.
a huge museum. It will take you 3 days just to go around.
Really?
It's huge.
I haven't seen it before. I'd like to see it. And the Galerie Lafayette,
Right.
I'd like to go there as well because I know there are so many shops there.
It's everything.
Seeing photos of it. So, I mean, I don't know so much. I want to go there. You have to take me to France.
So that could be a first touch in France, visiting Paris. But actually France, just like Ghana is much more than Accra, France is much more than Paris. And I have chosen to take you today for your first trip to France to a place that is, because we're talking about youth, I did the opposite and I took you to the oldest place in France and to visit the volcanoes. They have been there even long before humanity was there. And we still have some volcanoes. Let's visit those volcanoes. Let's go to France and fly to France, visit the volcanoes. Welcome back. While we were watching those volcanoes, Serwaa was telling me there are places here in Ghana that look a lot like that.
Almost. But there are very beautiful places here that you should
Yes.
visit.
You tell me.
There's several. So there's when you go up north, there's
Right.
Zena Lodge. You find all of
I have
those
been
ones.
there.
You've been to
I was
Zena Lodge.
impressed
Very
with the
beautiful
wildlife.
place.
Beautiful.
Yes. And even in the eastern region,
Yes.
up the mountains,
Right.
it's a very beautiful view actually. When you go up the mountains,
Okay.
it's called a brie.
So you
it's
can
very lovely.
You can actually hike up to here, or do you have to drive up?
You have to drive up.
Okay.
You can't hike up. You have to drive up.
Okay.
When you drive up the mountain and you stop, especially at night, it's such a lovely view. And then there's another place called Safari Valley.
Right.
You find a lot of these. So you drive a bit, maybe for about 10, 20 minutes. You see the waterfall, the wildlife. You can hike as well around
Okay.
that side. And it's very beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much for those tips. Thank you. So I've got a lot to do still in Ghana. But actually, this is the Massif Central. And I must say, when I drove to the Volta region, I was quite impressed because it's very, very green and it looks a bit like the Auvergne in the Massif Central. So I felt almost at home. To visit France, you may wonder, how do I do? How do I get a visa? Well, because that's a question I'm asked very regularly, we have prepared a small presentation. Let's watch.
So you want to travel to France and need a visa? France is part of the Schengen zone. Hence, a visa to France gives you access to travel across all 26 Schengen countries. Never pass through an agency or intermediates. It is a scam. There is only one way to apply for a Schengen visa at the French embassy. There are various visa options. Make sure you submit a complete application. Make sure you have an appointment. Walk-in is not allowed. Do not submit fake documents. It is an offense and could put you on a travel ban. Plan in advance. Do not apply at the last minute.
Yes, so now you know everything. Only apply online on france-visas.gouv.fr and nowhere else.
How easy is it though to get a visa?
Easy. Technically it's very easy. You fill in a form, and depending on the kind of visa that you're requiring, a student visa, you have to go through Campus France. If you want a normal tourist visa, then you will have to present the required documents depending on the kind of visa you're requesting. But when you finish filling your form, then the machine will tell you what kind of documents you have to provide, and we will check, of course, the documents. When I say we, it's not the embassy. All the documents get into a machine and goes to France, and that is the French administration is checking. When everything is done, we're asking you to come for fingerprints, and it takes like a week to get a visa.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So
okay.
Now you know everything. So we are getting back to what we are doing for the youth. That was the subject of today. You may wonder, what is France doing for the youth here in Ghana? So we wrapped it up nicely in a documentary. Let's watch this.
Ghana has a policy towards the youth through the National Service Scheme. All graduate students have to dedicate 1 year to complete a mission, either in the country's public or private sector. In 2019, the governments of France and Ghana signed a historic cooperation agreement to promote and facilitate exchanges of volunteers and language assistants.
Earlier this year, I had the privilege of meeting the first Ghanaian volunteer in France, Nana Ifwa Assuming.
Hello everybody, my name is Nana Ifwa Assuming. I was a past student of Alliance Française professional section. After my training, I was selected as a volunteer for reciprocity, and so I was posted to a high school in Saint-Éloi-les-Mines in the region of Auvergne.
Since then, more than 30 volunteers and language assistants have done their mission in France, fully subsidized by the French state. In 2020, there were 26 to teach the English language in French schools. Through YES, Youth, Environment, Sports and Solidarity, the French Embassy in Ghana also promotes cohesion and friendship between the youth of Ghana and France. The goal of this annual event is to support the practice and values of sport and to develop awareness of the environment. The 2019 edition of YES brought together more than 300 students from 5 Ghanaian public schools and the French International School in Accra, le Lycée Français International Jacques Prévert. On top of this, France has a number of collaborations going on with universities. This enables institutions to cooperate and train young Ghanaian and French students in different fields. Around 30 of them are active. France also supports a number of young Ghanaians with scholarships to further their studies at master's and PhD levels in France. In 2019, both countries signed an agreement to provide successful candidates full scholarships, funded both by the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat and the French Embassy.
Going on around us and give this legacy also collectively.
Did you know that the majority of the Decathlon's team are in their teens and 20s? The premium French sports retailer is dedicated to empowering the youth in the communities to take up more roles professionally. A perfect example is the sports coach program running at the Junction Mall.
So that's what we do here in the area of youth and students, sending students overseas.
Very impressive stuff.
I was listening to your reactions.
Yeah, very, very impressive stuff. Is it easy though? I mean,
to go and study in France?
Yes. Are there any processes if I want to be a beneficiary?
I'm suddenly realizing that you're back into the skin of the interviewer, and I'm back into the skin. And I was like,
no, I'm just trying to find out for the many people who are watching, who are wondering. I mean,
you are
I love
so
what
good.
is
You do it so naturally. I didn't realize that you suddenly switched places.
I love what France is doing in Ghana, but I want to be a part of it.
Right.
So how do I get to be a part of it?
Right.
As a student, as a volunteer, how do I get to be a part of it?
Well, if you want to be a volunteer, then you have to find an association in France that will want to welcome you as a volunteer. And you get paid to be a volunteer. So many companies, associations are actually looking for volunteers. If you want to study in France, then you have to go through Campus France, and they will help you find the right university to study with. If you need some support and you are an excellent student, then you can apply for scholarships. If you want to take part of what we're doing, well, I really hope that the pandemic will enable us next year to do a second edition of YES, Youth, Environment, Solidarity. That was a great event gathering many young people. And through sports and through environmental awareness and solidarity, because as you rightly said, because I'm trying to get back to you and throw the ball back at you, as you rightly said, yes, when you're doing something for your country and when you get involved in something, that actually puts you into the mood.
Yeah.
And that's what the National Service is for. I think the more we get people together to know each other, to bridge actually, the better. Right?
I agree. And, hopefully when the pandemic is over, I'll invite you to the studio. We have a conversation about the YES program you talk about.
Right. But I will prepare some questions to throw back at you. There is something. Do you like music?
Yes, I do.
All right. There is something that the youth loves. And I realized that here in Ghana, they just listen to music, dance on the music, and they're very keen on music. Well, same happens in France. We love music. And today I wanted to introduce you to a French singer that is actually one of my favorite singers. She is young, she is a lady, and she is a star overseas. She's probably the most famous singer. Her name is Zaz. Let's listen to one of her tunes.
Je veux de l'amour, de la joie, de la bonne humeur. Ce n'est pas votre argent qui fera mon bonheur. Moi je veux crever la main sur le cœur. Allons ensemble découvrir ma liberté. Oubliez donc tous vos clichés. Bienvenue dans ma réalité.
Yeah, that tune was a great success.
What is she saying?
Oh, she's saying, I want joy and I want happiness and I don't care about money. What's important is to have people around. So it's quite a message going through this. I didn't expect you to ask me to translate that, but luckily I was. But it's a very nice song. But actually, I think
check it out.
I prefer this one.
Au-dessous de mon cœur, ébloui par la nuit, un coup de lumière mortelle, un dernier tour de piste avec la mer au bout. Je t'ai attendu 100 ans dans les rues en noir et blanc. Tu es venu.
She has an amazing voice. She is very, very young. She was born in.
You should get her in touch with some of the Ghanaians here so they have a collaboration.
Do you know what? That's exactly what we're trying to do at the moment, but I don't want to reveal any secrets. We are doing some collaboration between French and Ghanaian artists, and that will be hopefully coming into place and be huge successes. But you're right, and great minds meet. So I'm really glad you're suggesting that. But I should bring her. Yes, probably.
Yeah.
I love her voice. Can you believe she was born in 1985?
Really?
Yes, she's the most famous artist worldwide in France, Germany. She is top of the charts in many European countries: France, Belgium, Germany, Spain, Czech Republic, Switzerland. She has another tune. That's the one I listen all the time. That is called La Fée, the Fairy.
Moi aussi j'ai une fée chez moi. Et lorsqu'elle prend son déjeuner, elle fait un bruit avec ses ailes grillées. Et je sais bien qu'elle est déréglée, mais je préfère l'embrasser ou la tenir entre mes doigts. Moi aussi j'ai une fée chez moi qui voudrait voler, mais ne le peut pas.
It means I have a fairy at home who would like to fly but cannot.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just poetry.
Yeah, I mean, that was a rhetorical question. But I mean, speaking of music, who would you say is your favorite Ghanaian musician?
Oh, that's a very tough one because many Ghanaian musicians I have met are not only fantastic artists that I have loved their music, like Sarkodie, like Stoneboy, Kwabna. I'm sure I forget some, but they're also amazing human beings and they've become good friends.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to say which one I really enjoy. I think there are so many different inspirations: Afro-pop, reggae, dance, hip-hop, high life, and of course they rap. And there's a big mixture of all that, and what comes out is just amazing. So I just love that. And this Daz is also doing collaborations, just like the ones we are trying to push forward between French and Ghanaian artists. And she did one that is called L'Hymne de nos campagnes with another famous French artist or group called Trio.
C'est l'hymne de nos campagnes, de nos rivières, de nos montagnes, de la vie mâle, du monde animal. Crie-le bien fort, use tes cordes vocales. C'est l'hymne de nos campagnes, de nos rivières, de nos montagnes, de la vie mâle, du monde animal. Crie-le bien fort.
Right, so now if you have discovered this artist and would like to find out more about her, you can find all her tunes on YouTube. And you like it?
I do, but I don't understand what she's saying.
I listen to Sarkodie, he sings in Tree, and I don't understand, and I love it.
And you love, yeah. I mean, listening to the tune it sounds nice.
I listen to
I wish
Stoneboy.
I understood.
Yeah,
you know, the song is nicer when you know what they're saying.
That's right. But I love the sound of music as well, even if I don't understand. And
but it's lovely. She has a very lovely voice.
Yeah, I love her.
You should
voice.
bring her to Ghana soon.
I will try. Thanks for the tip. So let's have a very short commercial break, and then, because I'm learning from Serwaa how to improve my TV presentation, I'm going to teach her a bit of French just after the small commercial break.
As a man on a mission, I am constantly on the move. My work takes me to different places from all walks of life. In the process of time, I have met many successful people with different backgrounds and with different drives. One thing has in common among them all. Like me, they don't compromise on quality, which is why each day as I leave home to face the world, I drive straight to the one place I know I can refuel for the day because I am assured of quality fuel at an affordable price.
Lumo! Over there, Mama Shafik Salon. Munchang! Munchang the triple S.
Triple S no, you're there.
Make them tell you. Factor social distance health.
There at Santor, quality is affordable.
Santor Energy, clean fuel, friendly service.
Welcome back on Touch of France, and we are now doing a touch of French. Okay, so you said you learned a bit of French at school.
Oh, that's so many years ago. Please don't ask me.
No, okay. So I'll just try and teach you a few words, unless you know them and suddenly pops back.
Let's see.
Would be the youth?
I thought you said you were going to teach me.
Yeah, but I would just want to check if maybe you already knew. So I don't make a fool of myself teaching you something you already know.
No, I think I know. I started.
Jeunesse.
Jeunesse.
Did you hear that word already?
Yeah, when I was in school.
See, jeunesse.
Yeah.
Well, school. How do you say school?
School. What did you say? What did you ask me first?
So youth is jeunesse.
School. I'm not sure. L'école?
Yes.
Yeah!
Okay. How can you say you don't speak French? How about university?
Université.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Absolutely. How about parents? That's the.
I know famille. I don't know.
Famille. That's right. That's family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Parents sounds very much like parents.
Parenté.
Parents. Parents. It's actually parents. Parents. Exactly.
Okay.
Parents. Education. Almost. It spells the same. Give it a little French touch and
education.
Exactly.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
Ah!
Exactly.
Really?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
So a question you would never ask to a grown-up, but you can very easily ask to a young person, how old are you? How would you ask, how old are you?
How old? How?
Actually, you cannot really translate literally. It's an idiom.
I know. Comment ça va is how are
Comment
you?
ça va is how are you?
So.
And actually, the French literally for how old are you would be what age have you?
Right. What age?
What age?
I think you should help me with that.
So it's quel âge as-tu?
Quel âge as-tu?
Quel âge as-tu? That's
Quel
right.
âge as-tu?
That is perfect.
I'm 31.
No, I didn't ask. I didn't ask, and I'm unfortunately much more. Well, so talking about the youth, what would be your main message to the youth?
Well, I would say that they should take education seriously. I mean, right now, the way the world is going, education is at the heart of everything. And so whatever it is that you want to do, take your education seriously.
Right.
And that will be
even French?
Even French.
Even French.
Even French, you know. And I wish that I paid particular attention to French, learning French and other languages, because you can imagine what my value would be now, is being able to conduct interviews in English and in French. You know.
Yes.
But it's not too late. I mean, talking to you, I'm very much inspired, but education is very important. So it's one of my one of the things that I always tell young people when I meet them, like myself, that don't compromise on your education. And that first and any other thing will follow. Whatever thing that follows, make sure that if it is your dream, if it's something that you want, go and get it. You know, when I dreamt I had aspirations of being a lawyer. At some point when I started broadcasting, I sort of, forgot about it. And then one day I had an awakening that, look, this is what you've always wanted to be. So why don't you go back to it, go get it? And I'm in the process of doing that. So I think whatever it is that you put your mind to it, I know it sounds cliche, but it really is the truth. It actually is the truth.
Yes, it's very right. So let's see if our viewers did their lessons in French seriously and took their education seriously, because now is the quiz. All right, so now let's see if you took education seriously and what your French is like, dear viewers. The question of today: what is the French equivalent of college? The French equivalent of college. Is it 1, université? Université. Is it 2, lycée? Lycée. Or is it 3, collège? Is it 3, collège? If you think you know the right answer, 1, 2 or 3, text it. The right answer at 1788. 1, 2 or 3, what is the French equivalent of college? Université, lycée, collège. So today we will have 2 winners. The fastest who will give the right answer at 1788 will receive beautiful scarves from Serwaa Bogolan. The same as this one and the same in white with the reverse pattern, as well as a mask, because we all have to wear one, from Serwaa Bogolan. Thank you very much to our sponsors. So that was for the winner. But for the second one, the second faster, you will get a hamper of fan milk products. These beautiful Nutri-Day that will make your immune system stronger. Thank you to fan milk. So quickly text 1, 2 or 3 at 1788. Do you think you know the answer?
I think so.
Good. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I won't say it.
But because you think you do, I don't want to let you go with empty hands, and I want to offer you the very same gift as the one that we are offering to our dear viewers who will win. So here are 2 scarves that will perfectly match your black outfit, actually.
Thank you.
So that is for you. Thank you so much for having
Thank you so
been
much.
with you.
Thank you.
I want to give you the last word.
Okay. Thank you so much for inviting me, and this is a very lovely present. And I must say, I think I've been saying this the whole time I came. She's the coolest ambassador that I've interacted with, and I think you're doing amazing. I am really looking forward to a lot more collaborations between Ghana and France, especially for young people. You know, I know that there appears to be a lot of young people who want to travel outside to see greener pastures. I want to see the collaborations that you're working on. I want to see more of it. You expand it a bit more. Give young people here a lot more opportunities than you're already doing. So thank you for inviting me. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you today. And I am looking forward to hosting you again in my studio.
Thank you so much. You already told me what you want to talk about, so I can get ready. Thank you so much, Serwaa. It's been a great pleasure. You are just as amazing as a guest, as a host. It was a great, great pleasure to have you. Thank you. So please let me thank our dear partners and sponsors for today: Santor, Decathlon, Bolloré, Serene Insurance, Tract Afrique, Otka Deco, Fan Milk, and of course NASCO, thanks to whom we have these screens on which we can enjoy the documentaries. As for me, I say thank you so much for being loyally with us every week. I hope you enjoyed the show. I want to wish you a bonne semaine, a good week, and I'll say au revoir, merci beaucoup, thanks very much, goodbye.
On va bouger le monde, on va bouger le monde. It's the touch of France in your household. It's the touch of France in your mind. It's the time for Ghana, make a big step. It's the time to dance to the vibe. If you know what it is, then you know what I mean. From Accra to Paris, is how you gonna feel.